Hey everybody, let me wish you a Happy New Year. Now, while I'm recording this, it's not yet the new year. It's actually December 4th right now while I'm recording this. But I have enough videos to go up for the month of December, and it's a good thing because I haven't been able to ride very much. I have not ridden in almost 2 weeks. I know if you're watching those videos out there, you're thinking I'm riding almost every day. Not true. It's probably been at least 10 days, possibly 2 weeks. Anyways, I wanted to share with you why it's been so long since I've ridden. It has been cold, like the high yesterday was, I don't know, 35 or something like that. And it was only above freezing for a couple of hours during the day, maybe 3 hours. I don't really like to ride when it's below freezing in most cases. Now, on the day that this video will come out, we will be doing a polar bear run. And that's regardless of the temperature, unless there's ice or snow on the ground or some sort of precipitation forecasted for that day. If it's dry, we're riding. Probably going to be a short ride, maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, one direction. Find a good place to eat, celebrate the new year together, and ride back a different route. That's usually what we do. But we're celebrating two things that day. Number one, we're celebrating the new year. But number two, we are celebrating riding for Jesus. Rev J rides, and there's several of us that have been riding together that are riding for Jesus. So, if you'd like to join us, this video will come out in time that you can make it to our ride if you are somewhere close by Clarksville, Tennessee. We will meet at 300 Dunbar Cave Road, kickstands up, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. kickstands up, 300 Dunbar Cave Road. You are invited. All right, so haven't ridden much. It'll probably be another, looking at the weather, it's going to be a while ahead of me too. The high temperature tomorrow is about 29 degrees, I think I see. So I won't be riding in that. But there's been some other things going on that are even way more important than the weather. So we've had weather. Sometimes it's been rain, sometimes it's been cold. But more importantly, and the biggest thing is, I've been extremely busy recently. Many of you know that approximately 5 months ago, well, by the time this video comes out, it'll be almost 6 months, I resigned from my church. I've been in the ministry for over 28 years. As a matter of fact, 28 years right now. 28 and a half years right now. And very seldom have I been without a church. But 5 months ago from right now, backwards, I resigned. And we were looking for what my next service would be. How would I then minister again? What would it look like? What church would I have to move? A lot of those things. And I had all kinds of things working. There were all sorts of possibilities. I sent a few resumes out. I've heard from a couple of churches in some other towns here in Tennessee. Then here locally, I learned of two churches that were practically dying, who needed some help. And me and the group that was with me felt like we could probably help them if they wanted us to. But I don't think that they wanted the amount of changes that were going to come with 30 people moving in and doing things differently. So That didn't work out in either one of those two churches. But miraculously, just about the time that I realized it wasn't going to work out with the second church, I had a church call me up, a pastor specifically, and say, I think we would like to gift you a building. Give free, give you a building. Wow. And so it turned out that we took them up on it. We're like, yep, our 30 people will take that building. And by the way, that's our 300 Dunbar Cave address that I've already spoken of. And we started meeting there last Sunday. This is 3 days later as I'm recording this. Our first worship service, we didn't know what to expect. We had about 30 people that were coming with us, we believed. But with it being the 1st of December, it was Thanksgiving weekend. We had some that were gone traveling, a couple that were sick. And then there was 2 or 3 of them that felt like this address that I just named was a little too far away from their home. So they might be looking for a different church, which is fine. We love them. We appreciate them. And if it doesn't work out that we meet together, that's just God's will. But so we didn't have our full 30. So because of that, and because the group of people that were meeting at that Dunbar Cave address were dwindling in size, specifically because some of them were upset that we were given that building. They were already dwindling some before, I think, but that really made them dwindle. We didn't know if anybody would show up from there. And then there was our mother church, or our sending church. It's a very large church, and they offered to put it out there to their members, saying, if you'd like to go with them to help in this church start, we're behind you. And we didn't have a clue how many those would be. So I only heard from 4 from the original location, and I only heard from 5 from the mother church. And then we had less than 30. So I was hoping and praying we would have 30 people. But praise God, we had 60 people. My goodness, we were thrilled. That's a wonderful start. And who knows, by the time this video comes out, it may have already grown, because that was Thanksgiving weekend. And we might have been light that day. Who knows? I just know God has blessed our socks off this year. And I am happy about that. So we want to celebrate. Happy New Year. I'm thankful for the stuff God has done in the past. And I'm thankful for the stuff God will be doing in the future. God bless. Have a happy New Year.